We've got Final Fantasy and Mario in this week's show, so stick around as we look at this week in gaming history. Hello there, it's back! It's This Week in Gaming, where we look at classic titles from yesteryear. This week it's the 20th to the 26th of February, and as always, if there are any I've missed, drop a comment below, let me know. But for now, I'm going to pick out some of my favourites from this week. Let's see what we've got. There are some pretty big celebrity birthdays today. Miles Teller, Rihanna, Giles, and Sidney Poitier is 90 today. But Contra is also celebrating its 30th birthday. It's an arcade classic. I hate to tell you Contra, but it is downhill all the way from here. Contra was an amazing amalgamation of two different concepts, run and gun. What was great about this is that it had both side-scrolling levels and pseudo 3D levels where you'd be running forwards instead of sideways. I had a go at the NES version recently and was awful. I would have undoubtedly wasted a lot of money at the arcades if I was old enough, which I'm not. No quick saving here, oh no. Now I used to do a series called Friday Flashback, but I never played Flashback because that would have been a flashback inside a flashback and... very confusing. Anyway, Flashback, or Flashback the Quest for Identity, came out on the Mega Drive 24 years ago. It came out for the Amiga earlier, but it was originally intended for Sega's classic console. This was a beautiful 2D platformer with a fascinating story. You play Conrad Hart, who wakes up on Titan, I think, with no memory of who he is or what he's doing there, before you discover a holographic message that you've sent yourself in the past. Conrad discovers there have been aliens living among us, and they're planning to overthrow the government and take over the world. It had a really fluid style and the backdrops were beautifully drawn. I loved this game. Now, as you all know, the famous plumber Mario actually made his first appearance in Donkey Kong, and he then had his own game in Mario Brothers. But it was Super Mario Brothers that really kicked off the franchise. It was one of the release titles when the Famicom came out 31 years ago, along with The Legend of Zelda. Until Wii Sports came out, it was the highest selling single platform game of all time. Mario has now been a character in well over 100 different games since, plus that movie with Bob Hoskins.
What?
Last up this week, it's Final Fantasy XII, which finally came to Europe in 2007, almost a year after it was first released in Japan. The game had a lot of build-up and expectation after Square Enix went back offline after 11, and that's probably why it's a little bit underrated. The story is one of the better ones of the series, as it starts with warring countries for a bigger reveal later on, as is customary in the series, and the real villains and their intentions are unmasked.
Spare me your lies! I see the serpent coiled here before me!
It took elements of 11 in that there were no random encounters and the enemies were all visible in the field and you could just choose whether to fight them or not. Its art style was similar to 10 but a little bit different and it looked really good, while the soundtrack was also excellent as well and the voice acting wasn't too bad. There was no character with a really annoying voice. I'm looking at you, Vanille.
I didn't know you felt that way.
Oh, just f*** off. Right, that's it for this week in gaming. I hope you've enjoyed. Feel free to check out some of the other stuff I've got on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Good day.